just set everything up really quick. Gotta make sure audio's working and all of that stuff. So let's see, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch live. I gotta see how the Saints did yesterday. But let's see. Where are we? There we go. Go live on YouTube. And here we go. All right. Got 2 people watching. Thank you guys for being here. We got 1 like. Again, thank you. Thank you for being here. We're going to be talking about some crypto, some stocks today. You know, that's what we typically talk about. How's everybody doing today? Make sure you guys hit that like button as soon as you get in here. As soon as you get in here. It does help out the stream. It helps out the channel as well. So I appreciate it. Where are we going with this? This is what we're doing. Check out the crypto market, see how that's, I think it updates at like 8 o'clock. Yeah, so we still see, slightly red day today. But things hopefully will start to recover in the next hour. If I look at the hour percentage gain or loss, everything seems to be not going the right way. Definitely negative. Avalanche drop, Polkadot drop, XRP, Cardano, all of these different positions fall. Damn, everyone forget to wake up. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to wake up into markets that we've been seeing recently. I mean, I'm super tired. I didn't want to wake up today, but I had a couple of things I needed to do. You know, I always wake up early. Where's my laptop? I don't know where my laptop is. Bob, wait, I didn't know that. Bob Saget passed? Really? Like how, from natural causes? Like wasn't he young? 65. Wow. I mean, I didn't watch. I mean, I did watch Full House quite a bit. Not a crazy amount, but I did watch it. So, oh wow, I didn't know that. I haven't been keeping up with the news. Will LRC go up? Yeah, I'm actually thinking about taking new money that I have recently and putting some or maybe all of it into LRC because I was fighting putting money into Krill, LRC, Shiba. So all of these different positions that I need to put some more into. Um, some ones like Shiba that I want to get up to 100 million. LRC, I would love to hold maybe 3,000 total before we see something really move. And Krill, I'm already holding 3,000. So I'm happy with that. And I'm good with the amount that I hold there. I mean, 5,000 would be amazing, but 3,000 is okay. So if it came down to a lower price this weekend or last week, I don't know what to say, this last weekend, I would have bought more, Krill and LRC, which I did see LRC. What was it down to 140 something? Hedges are selling crypto to cover margin. I think you do have institutions that are selling portions of crypto. Guys, hit that like button as soon as you get in here. It's 37 people here, so definitely hit the like button. There's I could say that when you look at the overall situation and how crypto, pulls back and, how markets pull back really. A lot of times you'll see a reaction based on what bigger holders do. And usually the bigger holders are those institutions, are those, hedge funds that do hold maybe 5%, but their 5% is like, um, 6,000 of our percent. Does that make sense? So while we're investing $1,000, they're investing, $1 million or whatever, or $6 million. And then they find a way to liquidate those $6 million, or at least 3,000 of it, create some sort of a panic to where us, instead of holding $1,000 in there, we're pushing some out, and now we take out half and we're only holding 500. And that's just, they look for reactions. It won't recover yet. The sales will get better, and then I'll buy. Yeah, I'm hoping the same, because I would love to see some of these positions that I'm holding come back more. Yeah, Farmcoin comes back down to 100. Yeah, of course I'm buying more. I ended up selling 20 at 280 or 279. So I gained a decent amount from those. And if I could put that money back in there, that would be phenomenal, right? If it gets down to 50, I will love it. If a lot of these go down to like, really, really like low prices, I'm all for. I know people will struggle, seeing that in their account, but I don't struggle with it. I'm ready to invest in at the lows and get ready for this to actually lift off, you know? 2022 ain't playing already. Someone check on Earl Jones. Yeah, he took the booster. Come on now. What do you think about Loopring right now? I love Loopring right now. At the price that it's at 150, yeah, I sub $2 is a great price. So sub, 160 is an even better price, right? I liked Loopring. I talked about it on Patreon a little bit ago when it was, I think, sub 150. It was at like 140, and I'm pretty sure this got down to a level. Let me go into. Can we like? I want to just click on it and trade, but I guess I'll just search for it here. LRC. If we go into here, let's see, let's up this to maybe hour candlesticks and see where it did get to. So yeah, it got down to like 145. And if we let's look at 6 hour candlesticks. Low here was about, 145-ish. Yeah, I guess that low, sorry, 143. Yeah, when it got down to that point, I was really hyped for it. So sub 150 is perfect, and I think it's a really low price from where I think LRC is going to go. Right, it's only at a $1 billion market cap, which if you're looking at, or I guess $2 billion market cap at this point. But if you're looking at it, just comparing it to something that's average, which I don't think LRC is average, you're going to see that this can go up to, a level of $10 billion, $20 billion market cap without even having that full connection with Loopring or with GME. You think GME will start to use LRC, even though the article said they declined to buy LRC since it's in China? I think GME will still use LRC. I mean, it's definitely iffy. I mean, if they say that type of stuff, I tend to not believe a lot of things. Businesses will say if it helps them out in a big way, I feel like they'll end up using it. However, I don't think LRC really needs GME to take off. I really don't. I think it won't go as high as people, or it won't have the same mentality behind it, to where it's like I have that HODL mentality, but it already has that connection. It already has it. Once you mention it, once you have people that decide to put it in a certain category, it already has the connection. So it's going to benefit from it, because crypto is based on popularity, is based on word of mouth. And while people created that connection, it's now already connected to LRC, or it's connected to GME, whether it actually is or not, to tell you the truth. So I think even though without GME, this still has the easy potential to go up to a level of, $10 billion, $20 billion. But I think since it did have that connection and created that popularity, you're going to see a lot more. So maybe 25, $30 billion, maybe even more than that as well. So if we go into my crypto potential spreadsheet, right, let's go over here and let's see if, I think we have Loopring here. I just need to, give me a second. Here we go. Sorry, my camera was being weird and it was right in front of my screen. So let me unhide all of this and let me find Loopring somewhere here. So just understanding that the 1.3 billion supply, I don't know if they added any more to it. I think there was like 97 that was out there, but 1.3 billion supply at a price of 250, right, is a or sorry, let's go 150. The price of 150 is a $1.9 billion market cap. Right? It has so much potential to go up to the level of $30, which would be a $39 billion market cap. And currently where it is, you would be looking at close to a 30x, right? And that's phenomenal, right? Seeing it at $30, if you're holding 1,000, that's $30,000. If you're holding more, it's a lot more, obviously. But the price is so low at $1. And has that connection to GME already, no matter if people say it, or no matter if they actually accept it or not. You know what I mean? They better stop playing. W2s are rolling out. These dips are saying to keep playing if they want to. Yeah, exactly. People are gonna start getting their tax returns. They're gonna start throwing it right on LRC, right on GME, right on AMC. I mean, I think they're doing this at the wrong time. They are. For me, it's a different story. I mean, I have to pay taxes, so that's where it sucks because all my tax money usually goes into investments to see if I can gain a little bit more on it. And if I lose some, then I just write it off, obviously. But still, like, what about VeChain and Matic? What about VeChain and Matic? I said I like Matic. The only thing is that I always struggle with things that are close to that, close to the level of actually like breaking out. They're over um, the average market cap level. So the average market cap level for me is about 10 billion. And this is sitting at about 14 billion, which you see the hype and the height that this gets to. It was at like 18 billion just a few seconds ago, which it just didn't update. But seeing it at $2.13 versus where it's at $2.07. This is the past a couple of hours. Let's look at its high. Let's actually go to let's go a month. So we can look at the month high at 287. I mean, it shows so much potential to run back to some of those levels and probably even a further level. Jumping up to 287 seems to be the highest point. So yeah, I mean, if we're still going to see this continuation of a downtrend, I mean, it's probably best to wait for whatever low you can find. Whether it's $1.80 or below $2. But yeah, I think I don't tend to get into a lot of these positions like that because the market cap just for me is a little bit too high, and I want something that has more potential. Even though this does have potential, I just want something that has more potential to double, triple, quadruple, and 10x really. So I like it. I'm just at more of a level to where I'll put something in there and expect it to grow, slowly rather than very quick. Still holding farm. Yeah, I still have 30 coins. I bought in, so I bought in with 50, and it went up to a price of 285 to where I sold 20, pocketed about 5,000, threw some of that money into Krill and OMG, took that money back out of Krill, put that into Shiba, and then put more money into Krill again, and more money into Shiba. So I decided to move a lot of things around, but I'm still holding Harvest Finance. If that goes down to $100, I'll most likely buy more. But if Gitcoin goes down to sub 9 before that gets down to sub 100, I will buy into Gitcoin first. Wait, where's that? Here it is. Gitcoin. I'll buy into this first, and I'll buy in another 100 and hold 100 until it gets to a level of 30 again, and then I'll sell 100 and keep 100 there to let it run. So what do you think SHIB will hit this year? I think it will actually lose a 0 this year, but I don't think it will do anything more than that. I don't think it'll do something like absolutely crazy because even levels to where it does lose a 0, is kind of iffy. So I expect them to decrease. Wait, where's Shib at? I don't know where Shiba Inu is. Where'd it go? There it is. I expect them to basically burn off some coins. I just don't know how much they're going to burn off. If it's 50%, it could be a lot more. But I expect them to lose a zero. Let's just keep it at whatever the total amount is. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to put this here. And actually, do 49 because they have 40 trillion. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over here. Look at that. And we're also going to bring this over here. So losing a zero would get it to a $54.9 billion market cap, right? $54.9 billion market cap if we lose 1-0, which is not crazy. It's not absolutely insane. But, you know, $54 billion market cap is sort of high. Like, it's on the higher side. It's after that breakout period of like 30 billion. So I always look at like different periods. So you have the low cap, like a very small cap where you're in the millions. You get up to that level to where you are in the billions, which it seems that every crypto somehow hits, which is why I always look at these smaller, you know, caps and say, hey, this has, you know, a ton of potential, because if it's at $1 million market cap, that shows so much potential to even get to 100 million, let alone 1 billion. So I start to look at that a lot differently, especially with crypto runs and stuff. But losing 1-0 is not that bad. I think it will lose 1-0. It's just once you start to double this amount, where you start to see more FOMO buying go on, that gets up to $100 billion market cap, which is a level that a lot of cryptocurrencies don't hold. And I want to see a bunch hold that level. And once we start to see that, then we'll get comfortable to say that this can easily get to 100 billion. But I would say that it's going to lose a zero, stay within, it's probably going to decrease a little bit after that, and then gain a zero back. But if a certain amount of coins is burned off, if they decide to burn off, let's say 30%, they decide to burn off 30% and it gets to 412 trillion. I don't know why I did that right here. Let's say it gets to 412 trillion. Now we're looking at 0.0001, right? Now we're looking at a $41.2 billion market cap, which shows that this can definitely find a way to hold this level of holding 3 zeros rather than 4. So it depends how much they decide to burn off. If they burn off 50%, that would be phenomenal. But who knows how much they're going to burn in order to enter the metaverse. So I think there could be more burns. Obviously, with my video that I have, there's a burn. But actually, I wanted to show you guys where we were at, because remember, I want to be transparent with this. Let's go. So let me go to, which I will create a short out of this, just so that people find it and maybe they can burn more coins on this video, because I don't want to keep pushing it, because if people don't want to burn coins, then they don't want to burn coins. But if it's not going to people, if it's not reaching these people, then I don't know what else to do besides continue to push it. So let's see. Let's go to this video here, the analytics. All right, so let's bring this back over here. So with the analytics, let's look at the burn video really quick. So the burn video right now shows that an estimated revenue of $271.53. That's $271.53 that we didn't have before this. Now I have to factor in taxes when I go through it. So $271, 271 equals 271 multiplied by what, about 40%. So we'll go 40%. It's probably 39, but so we're looking at let's actually do 60. Sorry, 60% is what we're actually going to burn off. 40% is what we're going to pull back. So $162.60. That's $162 that we did not have to burn off in the first place. So it looks really good to be able to have this amount to burn off, but I would love for this to reach higher heights and burn off more coins. So if you guys want to push out this video, feel free to push out the video. it's on my channel, burning 50%. This video, what is it? This video will burn billions of Shiba Inu coin. Feel free to share that with everybody, and we burn off more coins as time goes on. So total in the month, we're going to burn off $160 worth of Shiba Inu, which right now would be a decent amount, right? If we went over to here to see exactly what that would be, let's type in SHIB, USD, and we'll type in $160. That's going to be 5.8 million, right? That's okay. I would obviously love to burn off billions, but that's 5 billion that we would burn off that wouldn't have normally been burned off without that video, right? So I just want to be able to create something big and burn off things that, burn off coins without me spending money and you spending money. So that's where we stand with the burn coin, or the burn coin, Shiba Inu. That is where we stand with Shiba Inu and burning off coins. All right, let's go back here. All right, so we have 107 people here, guys. Hit that like button. It does help out. Check out the crypto. Now it's the max supply, the 200 million. Pretty low. 200 million, that's not that bad, yeah. You said, is the market cap low? The market cap is pretty low. Right now it's at 66 million. That's not bad at all. And with a max supply of 200 million, it's definitely not bad. And you're seeing, the only thing I don't like is the amount of dilution that it actually has with the circulating supply, because the circulating supply is at 60 million. But if you look at the fully diluted market cap, you're looking at about 218 million there. So that means that if I was looking for a gain, I wouldn't look for a gain up to 1 billion from where we are now. I would look at a gain from 1 billion to where the fully diluted amount is. So I would probably look for something of maybe it at max, it would be a 4x, right? Because it would be close to 5x, but it would be a four times return on things. And I would probably push for something less, maybe somewhere around a 3 times return, or 1.5 or 2.5 times return. But that's pretty much it. But it does look like it has potential. I just don't know the detail behind it, and if this is going to hold up, because right now I would really only look for it to get to maybe a 100, 200 $1 million market cap at the current level that it's at, just because the max supply shows me that it really, up to $1 billion, it really only has that 4x return. So how many days did it take to reach that amount? Or is it over 24 hours? How many days did it take to reach this amount of $271? It was over 24 hours. So to reach this amount, it was 5 days it took me. And that's not even accounting for some days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, about 5 days, right? You still have a couple of days or a day of a return, but it's probably not going to be that much, because we don't typically see that many views right now. It's the average updating the last 48 hours is 2,528 views in the last 48 hours. So still something. That's still great. Just would like a lot more. Let's go back to SHIB. Hey bud, new sub here and a very new to crypto. I bought 10 million of Shiba a few days ago. Since then found your content. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're new to crypto, I think you should definitely look around and not only just get into a lot of the popular coins, understand what's going on with some of the bigger market cap coins, right? The larger market cap coins. I'm not saying that you have to invest into those, but it's always great to have a partial investment in those to understand how things are moving. One thing is moving based on, the bigger market caps and how those are flowing, and, how people react to it. So definitely check out a lot of different things, and hopefully I can help you out in understanding, what's next to look at and what you should really gather from each cryptocurrency, because it's different than the stock market. I put out a video today, a shorts video, talking about how crypto is different than the stock market, because a lot of times the stock market, you'll care about the business, or every time you'll care about the business, you'll care about fundamentals, you'll care about financial statements, which tends to get confusing for a lot of people. Um, but when it comes to crypto, it's all about popularity. And example I gave was Dogecoin. Dogecoin has been around since 2013, and it just became popular in 2020, right? At the end of 2020. And then seeing where it got to in 2021 was freaking phenomenal. To see the growth that people saw in Dogecoin is showing a new opportunity for people to gain a decent amount of money, and maybe create generational wealth for yourself and for your family. I'm not a fan of generational wealth, but I'm a fan of the amount of holding that wealth. But again, I'm not a person that wants to just give everything to my children. I'd rather spend it on me and my wife, and then teach my children how to do what I've done. Maybe give them a little bit of a head start, but understand that they need to value a dollar more than they do valuing the items a dollar buys. So I don't want you to value a video game over valuing the dollar that it costs for you to play that video game, right? Or for you to get that video game. So I want to teach my children something different. But you know, yeah, I thank you for subscribing. I know that's a long-winded answer. I usually do give long-winded answers, and welcome to my channel. I appreciate it. It is stated that later two coins will be cut loose from Bitcoin, and after Ethereum 2 drops, will be awesome to see. Yeah, I paint houses for a living. As a self-employed painting contractor, I wanted to start accepting SHIB to promote it as a form of payment. How would I do that? How would you do that? Well, the thing you probably want to find out is, well, I wouldn't know from a full business perspective, but you would need to find a way to document it, especially with your business, because taking payment like that, you obviously have to pay taxes on things. So it's going to be a different story for you to actually create that transaction and then pay taxes on the SHIB that you actually get by the end of the year. However, if you have a lot of people that you, I would say what you do is, on any form that you have them sign, right, just have a certain section that says, basically, can you like pay in a crypto or whatever, right? There's different ways to pay, different formats. So just have something on there to say, like, can you pay in crypto in a way? And a lot of times, like PayPal has crypto on it, and they could pay through PayPal, but send crypto, right? So it's a different form of payment. And you could do it that way. You would just have to track it for tax purposes, especially if you make a lot of money on your painting business. But you can do it with all cryptocurrency, not just Shiba Inu. And I would imagine that if I were you, I would just take the payment and then just transfer it to SHIB. It's pretty much that easy. If you wanted to take the payment through PayPal and literally just buy Shiba Inu with it. Or you can just take the payment with SHIB, because I would imagine there's not a lot of people that just have SHIB and want to send it to people. Most people that are holding Shiba Inu want to keep their Shiba Inu. So it's a different way of looking at it. But I'm not really a person that gets into that, taking SHIB by, for services that you provide. But it is a great thing to do. I mean, if you can take crypto, you can kind of weed out the middleman of you buying crypto and paying that fee. You can just get it. You're taking money back from everyone. See, I need a prediction. Sorry, a prediction for where I don't know what, like SHIB. Maybe I already read it. To me, this confirms crypto is tech. Your thoughts? I mean, they're taking money back from everyone. In the I don't know what that means. So I don't have an opinion on it, but Thoughts on ENS? I see a good buy-in. You see a good buy-in in ENS? Let's look at it. um, Ethereum Name Service. Yeah, I looked at this a while ago. You see a good buy in this position. Currently, it's at $25.85, where it's at a $500 million market cap. If you're looking for a good buy, as in saying that it's something that could be consistent, it's definitely possible. However, you're looking at a market cap that's in 2.5 billions in the fully diluted state, and right now at 20% circulating supply, that shows a lot of dilution. So yes, from the current state, it does have a little bit of potential to easily find a level to double. Let's look at all history. And this has been up to 70, 80, $81 or so, has dipped all the way down to a level of 40, and now has dipped all the way down to 25. So it shows a huge level of a return that you could have based on the history that we've seen. However, this is a massive fall that we've seen recently with this position. And if we're looking at the past maybe couple of weeks, we've been seeing the same thing with a lot of cryptocurrencies, things that may have leveled out at a bottom, but then created a new bottom. So yes, it does show potential based on the chart, based on the history. However, I wouldn't make a move into it. I'm not going to make a move into it, not saying that I wouldn't, because I would make a move into anything that has a little bit of potential, but I'm not going to make a move. I wouldn't choose to put my $1,000 into this over putting it in Loopring or LRC, or sorry, LRC. It's the same thing. LRC or CRL, Krill, or Farmcoin or something else that has a lower market cap with a lot more potential. So for me, I'm looking for something that is not as well established, I guess, and maybe has a little bit of a push to it. So I've invested in LRC. Obviously, when it had a ton of popularity, it still has a ton of popularity, but it wasn't obviously as well established as people wanted it to be. Like, so I think it's going to be absolutely huge when it gets to a level of $10, gets to a level of $20, things like that. And yeah, but I wouldn't take my money and um, invest all of it into this position. I would probably do it as more of a test run. And yeah, there's a lot of opportunities out there. So this one has a small opportunity. I don't think it's the biggest opportunity. It does have a small opportunity. But based on history, it does show that in a way of it getting back to about $80 or $70 from where it was in November. I mean, I think it has a little bit of potential. This is very short term too. Actually, that's in November. For some reason, I thought this was over 3 months. That kind of changes my mindset. This is over. This is about a month worth of data. So that movement could happen relatively quickly. So that potential that I said it could just double, you could possibly see it triple. So doesn't look that bad actually. Sorry, I take maybe 40% of what I said back. What do you think Harvest Finance will pump? What do you think Harvest Finance will pump this week? Do I think Harvest Finance will pump this week? Well, that's if we don't see a continuation of this downward trend. I would love to see this drop back down to $100, because if it does, I have money to throw at this. And that's right now. But again, if this comes down to $100 and Gitcoin has already reached sub $9, I will invest into Gitcoin first. So whatever gets there first, this gets to sub $9, this gets to sub $100, or OMG, no, not OMG, or Loopring finds a way to break down to maybe 130. Whatever those end up making those moves, I'm going to end up buying into those positions. So let the race begin. But if it does have a pump, yeah, I mean, I see it hitting those 170, 180 marks. It looks like that's where it resists from. But I can't wait until we see a crypto run, because a lot of these positions are going to blow the heck up. Like I wanted to use a different word there, but I think Farmcoin is going to find a way to hit that $500 mark, easily, and then surpass that by far. Then you're going to also see Krill make huge moves. That's at $1.24, and to see where it was recently at $4, that's a huge move, right? Just at $4, and it has so much more potential than that because Krill has 44 million coins. And it's at $1.24. 44 million coins is at $1.24. Like, that is insane. When once you take out your initial investment, if not a little, maybe a little bit more than that, you can find so much more room to grow. So like I put in an extra 1,000 coins because I wanted to get to a certain point to where I can take out my initial investment. Like I invested, what was it, like 4,000 or so. It might have even been a little bit less than that. So let's say it's at this 3,700. So 4,000. I want to take out 4,000. It gets to a level of $5. I'm holding 3,000 coins, right? That's going to give me $15,000 where I can take out my 4,000 or just 5,000 and leave 10,000 in there, which means I have 2,000 coins left in there, and let that run to where it can actually get to. Remember, there's only 44 million coins or 40 something million coins. Either way, less than 100 million, less than 200 million coins shows so much potential for this to run. So yeah, I'm all for it. So anyways, where would you hypothetically invest 80K into the crypto market right now? 30K into Ethereum. Where else you would put it? So I would put, if you're going to put 30K into Ethereum, I would put 30K into Ethereum 2.0 so that you can gain that interest as it's growing. So right now at $3,000, yes. The problem with holding that much money is that I don't want to invest it all right now. I want to see what the market's going to do, because if you invest it all in one spot, the market might not go your way, and then you don't have any more money to average down. So let's just say you wanted to invest it all right now, and these are the lows that we're going to see. So Ethereum 2.0, great to be able to gain 4.5% interest on Coinbase. So I would do that. You stake it, let it sit there for a while. Don't even worry about it. Let it run to 5,000 or 6,000 or whatever, and you'll easily be able to double your money plus all the interest that you're gaining throughout that time. So that's 30K. That's put aside, right? I probably would do a little bit less, but let's say 30K is aside because you wanted to buy what, 10? Yeah, you wanted to buy 10 Ethereum coins. I would put a decent sized amount into Harvest Finance at some of these low levels. If I had to start from scratch, I would put money into Krill, like I just talked about. So let's say 5,000 into there, 5,000 into Harvest Finance, or find a way to get 50 at least. And then I would put somewhere around 2,000 into Krill. I would get 1,000 of OMG Network. I just feel like there's a lot of people that are holding this position and waiting for this to really make a move, and even some high profile people as well. So this is a position that I do follow and do think it's going to make a pretty substantial move. Shiba Inu is a given. I would put 100 million into there, which is not a crazy amount. That's about a little under $3,000, I think. And I would be happy with that move. I would put money into Loopring. So a lot of the positions that I'm holding up here, I would definitely put money into Loopring. I would buy somewhere around probably 10,000 of Loopring, just because it shows a lot of potential. And sub, I would say Gitcoin, I would have to wait because I want to see that sub 9, so I wouldn't put that in right now. Litecoin, I would definitely invest money in there. I would put probably as much as I have in Loopring and Litecoin. So yeah, but then everything else, let's see if I would have anything else. Everything else I would try and keep some for like maybe a little bit of a pullback. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. I mean, there's so many opportunities. Compound below 200, there's so many opportunities. That's where it starts to gets weird. It gets overwhelming to have this many opportunities at one time, and you're like, what is going to take off first? It's not about what is going to take off, because you know everything will move. What is going to take off first? So I don't know. It's tough. That's a tough question. I mean, that's why I'm dreading the time to where I have a crypto coin that gives me maybe $100,000 gain and I take out 20K. What am I going to do with that 20K? Am I going to put it right back into the crypto market? Probably, but am I going to find a way to hold out and wait for a better opportunity? Probably. I don't know. Love the analysis. Thanks, Matt. Where do you see Krill going? I was looking uh, at that and Pulse. Where do I see Krill going? So let's look at Krill as a whole, without looking into the use case. Once you start to gain popularity, it's a different story. So Krill in the past, let's look at the past year, right? The past year before it was launched on Coinbase, it was at about 20 cents, 30 cents, right? You did see a high here of about 56 cents in 2021, in March of 2021, but then you started to see that really run. It was introduced on Coinbase, and then the jump happened. Now I invested here in the beginning. I think it was like two something, 270. It increased to about $4. I only bought like 20, so I didn't really make a move. I was going to pull out, but I was like, why would I pull out of 20 Krill coin? So then I wanted to see how the market reacted. It got up to $4.61, to where it did end up decreasing down to a level of $2 or so, and decreased all the way down to 125. Now I see this as more of an overreaction for the Coinbase pump, right? Yes, it could definitely hold those levels because of the amount of supply that it has. It has a total of 49 million supply. This gives it right now a fully diluted market cap of 61.7 million. Just looking at this at a level to where it 10x's, right? This 10x's, that's $600 million. That's still not even at the $1 billion level. And that's basically saying this price 10x's. So it gets to $12.23. So if you're holding, 1,000, that would be $12,000 that you end up getting to. And that's at a low level, to where it 10x's to $600 million market cap. And that's not even factoring in, you're looking at only the circulating supply at the current market cap. So if this 10x's, that's $460 million, which is less than a half a billion, showing that you have an even further run to 20x your amount. So if it does 20x, you're looking at about $24 per coin, and that's still not a crazy price, right? $24 per coin times your $1,000 or 1,000 coins that you have there is $24,000. Now, if you have a ton more coins, maybe 10,000 coins or so, you're gaining quite a bit out of this. And this is all with just a simple run based on a coin that has a low circulating supply and will have a lot more volume as you do see people buy it more. So the fact that it's available on Coinbase just makes it an easy buy for a lot of people. So where do I see it going? I would say if I wanted to factor this into a spreadsheet, let me go ahead. I don't think I have a Krill spreadsheet. So let me go ahead and make a quick Krill spreadsheet. Oh, I did something here. Let me go to this, copy this way, copy. Oh, I did it again. All right, let me unhide then. You do that. Unhide. There we go. Maybe not. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So if I wanted to make a URL spreadsheet, right? The current circulating supply, let's say, what is it? 38 million, right? 38 million. Let's put that down here. Down. We'll look at the price at 150, right? That's currently at a $57 million market cap. Let's bring that down to $10. We have $10. It's a $380 million market cap. $20. That's a $760 million market cap, right? And now if we're looking at about $30, that's about a $1.1 billion market cap. A $1 billion market cap at $30. So where do I see it getting to? I see it laying around a comfortable state, maybe even when it starts to really run to get to a way higher state, but I can say it can stay comfortably at a level of between $2 billion and $3 billion. So let's say a $100 price point. That's where I would settle at, a $100 price point. where that would be a 3.8 billion dollar market cap. That's where I would settle for, and that's where I would push for. But I would imagine it would sell before then, and I would find a level of $70 to where I would pull out some. But yeah, it has a ton of potential. I absolutely love what Krill is doing. So let me go ahead and save this and keep this on here. But yeah, that's where I stand with it. All right, so we have 157 people here, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Would love to get to 100 likes. That would be phenomenal. I'm sorry for anybody that's on Twitch. I have not even responded to anybody. um, if we can get a TikTok or something to make it trendy for everyone to burn some, that's not a bad idea. To get some sort of a TikTok to actually make it trendy, but we have to it has to trend somehow, some way. Maybe I could do it. I don't know. Because I typically do like more educational stuff on my TikToks, but I could say maybe I could do some more like funny stuff. I don't know. That's not a bad idea. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I could for the burn. That's what you're talking about. Um. Yeah. Burn Shiba trend. All right. Let's go TikTok. 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 Perfect. All right. Let's see. I already have 10K in LRC and 3K in SHIB. 10K dollars in LRC and 3K in SHIB. Well, that's great. That's perfect. And about 15 farm. Yeah, I think for me, I need to hold a lot more farm because it has so much more potential than where it actually is. At 130, even at a level to where farm gets to $1,000, that's still a low market cap, right? So if we look at, let's go up here, come on, Harvest Finance, and we see Harvest Finance at $2,000, it's a $1.3 billion market cap. That's basically nothing. Every coin finds a way to get to that level at least once. So I feel like there's so much potential in just getting to $2,000 as a normal level. So currently at $100, I feel like it's a steal to have at least 30 or maybe even 100. Like I would love to have 100. But I haven't made that move yet, and I want to see that go down to $100, and then maybe I'll continue to buy more. I just hope that others don't make a move before then, because again, if others find a way to fall down to like Gitcoin finds a way to fall down to sub 9, I'm going to buy it. Krill finds a way to fall down to sub 1, I'm probably going to buy more. um, it just creates so much more of an opportunity that it's just insane. I'm pulling my retirement, starting a new career, about 200K. I feel long term my money will grow more in crypto. Yeah, you're right. I think it will. You just need to find the right point. So I would say that right now it's still unknown to say that all of these coins will end up having the same impact as you see with something like uh, Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Throughout time, you see new highs that are created, but you're also seeing big dips that you would see. And if you're seeing those big dips, it's just something that you want to find a way to not absolutely accurately predict when the dips are going to start, but find levels to where you're like, all right, it gets to this high. If it somehow pulls back to the previous high, then I get pulled out of my position, wait for one of those low lows that we see in crypto, and then going about my day. So crypto, I think, is a little bit different than what you could see in the stock market. Over time, yes, you will eventually see it run and get to a high level to where you can profit out of it. However, it seems that crypto does find its way back, not down to the level that it was previously, but it does find a way back to a low level. And I just want to find a way for you guys to maybe create some sort of pattern in your trading and understand how the crypto market works so that you can profit, capture all of that profit, and then put it in again at some of the lows. Because I don't want I don't want anybody to like go into Harvard Finance and just think, oh, well, you know what? It got to $2,000. How about 3,000? Well, $2,000 might be a very high point at that moment, and it might end up falling back down to sub 1,000, which means that you need to capture some profit at the top so that you're happy with what you did gain while keeping some in there and letting that eventually run. If it doesn't and it pulls back, you can take the money that you profited and put it in at the bottom, shove it in at the bottom so that you don't always just go up and then go right back down and go up and go right back down, right? Your account looks like it's 500,000 for, the first 3 months, and the second 3 months is down to 200,000 again. I don't want that, How much SHIB are you currently on? How much SHIB am I currently in? I have right here, you could see I have, are you talking about burn? I don't really know if that's what you're saying on. Well, currently I have 60.7 million. I'm working my way up to 100 million, and I'm going to settle at 100 million and let that sit there for a long period of time. Maybe even a little bit more than 100 million, because I want to probably have, I want to take a bunch of profit somewhere around that 1 cent mark, 2 cent mark, and gain a decent amount from it. Whether it's like 100,000 or 1 million or whatever. I would like to gain a decent amount of profit so that I can invest that in other areas. But yeah, I'm holding 60.7 million, and I think we will work our way up to 100. Thanks again, Matt. I truly have allocated. I truly have to allocate more to Krill. No lie, the upside is so great. Yeah, it looks that way, right? Like I don't understand how you could see something complete, like anything different. I mean, looking at millions of coins, you don't typically see coins that have millions of coins out there that have a low market cap like this, right? Typically, things that have millions of coins get eaten up very, very quickly. So I'm very surprised to even see this at this level for this long. So whenever it does get to that level, I think it will hold those levels because it's going to create a ton of popularity in something that only has, 38 million coins that are there. So the upside is absolutely insane, to me at least. TikTok, sell, BTC. What? Have Erica do it. She's funnier than you. She's hilarious. She is absolutely hilarious. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out my my other video, where's it at? Other video. Let's go to my channel. So here we go. That reacts. If you haven't had a chance to check out this video, definitely check it out. Um, yeah, there's just a ton of things where we're going over self-defense and all that stuff. So definitely check it out, guys. I think it's a really great video. I thought it was hilarious, and I was laughing editing it, and I had Erica watch it, and she was smiling the whole time, and it was a good video. So definitely check it out. It's on the Matt Reacts channel, so feel free to go over there and subscribe. I have 1,200 subscribers. Feel free to go over there and subscribe, and watch some videos. I react to a bunch of things. So typically I'll react to like a lot of financial stuff, but I always like to react to everything that's out there. So definitely go check it out. Why is AMC going down bad still? So I have a reason why. So let's take a look at this. I wanted to look at this in the beginning because I'm going to create a short from it. But look at this. So if we're looking at AMC, first we're going to start by looking at the Ortex data. The Ortex data shows us the short interest of 17.7%, right? That's pretty high. It's not crazy like it was at 20%, but that's not really lining up to what we're seeing in the amount of shorted shares that are going through. On Friday, 64% of the shares that were traded were short. 64%. right? On average, the last 30 days has been 57%, 57.5%. It just continues to go up. They continue to short it. So as we're sitting here holding our 80% or 70% or whatever it actually is at this moment, they're shorting 60% of the positions or of the volume in that day. So that means that if you have 100 million shares that go through, 60 million shares will be short. And then you also have maybe some sell volume that's going through with institutions and maybe some day traders and swing traders. So partnering that up, you're looking at 80% negative towards the 20% positive. No wonder why it's actually decreasing, right? So it makes no sense that they decide to do this and they want to continue to, double down and triple down, quadruple down on these short positions. But, that's the main reason. They just continue to do illegal stuff. It's crazy. So if we look at AMC right now, in the after or in the pre-market, it's down about 2% after being up 2%, yesterday, or sorry, Friday. Being up 2%, I mean, is great. But then being down that same percentage after you were already up is actually decreasing you down to a lower percentage than you were before. So, the previous close was $22.46. That's the previous close. And you're looking at this close of $22.99. And where it is now is $22.46. And you're seeing a lower percentage that actually decreased, because the higher you are, the more percentage that you're actually taking off. Does that make sense? I did the same way. I'm holding 111 million. 111,111,111.11 I think I might have OCT. Oh no, that's not 11 cents. That's 11.11 coins. So I can take a little profit on the way to 100 million, let's say. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Like I want to actually take majority of it profit beforehand and then profit the last bit afterwards, because you have nothing to worry about. Let's say you get to a level to where your overall amount that you have is worth $600,000. That may not be enough for some people, but what I will do is take half of that, if not most of it, and actually put that away so that I can put it into other positions that could grow the same way. But then I would leave 20 million that's in there just for that eventual move so that I can set it and forget it, really. And then once it does get too close to $1 or at $1, well, now I have millions of dollars that I can just profit from, right? You don't have to get it to $1 to gain $1 million. You can get it to half that point and you'll gain $10 million, right? Because you have 20 million coins that are out there. So that's what I would push for, is whatever move we end up doing short term, whether it's, the next 2 years, most of these coins that I have are going to be taken out, and then majority that I have left, or not majority that I have left, the 20 million that I have left is going to sit there for a long period of time. Because as we get to a lower and lower level, right, when it comes to circulating supply for Shiba Inu, you start to look at more and more potential. So let's go back to my potential spreadsheet, right? We go to Shiba Inu here, and what we see is that as we go year after year after year, and they burn off 50% or 30% or whatever they end up burning off, and we get to 469, what is this, 469 billion right here, 469 billion, and you're looking at a $30. Just look at $1, right? That's going to be $469 billion market cap, right? That's pretty high as to what we're looking at now, but who knows what the crypto market will be at. We could be at a $100 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency in the next 20 years, right? But I will hold 20 million coins all the way until this point, because it could be to the point to where they burn off everything, and we have, they burn off, let's say, 60% per year. And now we look at a total that they have at the end of 6.4 million coins that are out there, meaning that if you get to $1, that's $6 million dollar market cap in 20 years, right? 20 years from now, that means that my 20 million coins, which I probably won't hold that much because I'll probably sell a lot if it does get to that point, would be worth a hell of a lot, because the supply and demand would be probably freaking extremely high. The demand would be insane, and you would see this price go up. But if you had something more realistic and say, all right, we're burning off 50%, you burn off 50%, you get to 561 million, and you're holding 20 million of that supply. What is this price going to be at if you have 561 million supply? Let's say, it might be at $4 and you have 20 million coins. 20 million coins times $4, right? I mean, you do the math, that's $80 million, right? And I understand how insane that sounds, but you never know what crypto is going to do. You never know, right? Bitcoin looked like a long shot way back when. And it wasn't even that long ago. It wasn't 20 years that you're looking at this. You're looking at this from like 2013, right? You see a massive increase from that level. So where it is now is not going to tell you where it's going to be next year. It's not going to tell you exactly where it's going to be the year after that, right? It will show you maybe a little bit of a path, but you never really know. The unknown is what is interesting, because this is why I love to see all the comments saying Shiba Inu will never get to $1. Those are the same people that probably thought that Bitcoin wasn't worth anything. And I could tell you that I was one of those people that thought that Bitcoin, and I didn't understand it. So that's why I decided, that I wouldn't get into cryptocurrency, because I didn't understand it. I didn't even want to understand it because I thought it was too volatile. And yes, it is volatile, but it's not as volatile as it was in the past, where you see $20,000 and it dips all the way down to 3, right? I don't think that'll be the case. So when you look at Shiba Inu, the potential is insane. Those same people that said, Bitcoin's not going to be worth anything, those are the same people that are probably saying that Shiba Inu is not going to get to $1. Shiba Inu is not going to get to a penny. Shiba Inu is not going to be worth anything. But the unknown is what's crazy. We as people can literally come together at any moment and say we want to burn off 90% of what we're actually holding there, right? And that could be an absolutely insane effect to the supply and the price just by doing that. That's one of the unknowns, right? The developers can come out and say, I want to burn off, 90% of the position, 90% of the actual supply that's out there. It seems that only 10% is being held. I want to burn off 90% of it and make sure the 10% is being held and see what we can get to at that point. That could happen, right? You could have them burn off 50% per year, 30% per year, 20% per year. Again, the unknown is what makes it so interesting. And I will go back to those comments and in, however many years and just say, like, if you just believed in it, you know what I mean? And funny thing is, they're probably going to be one of those people that eventually found a way to believe in it after you saw the first burn rate. But the fact that people question it so much, when you get to that point to where they start to believe in it, they question it all the way until the point to where they're like, you know what, this may be worth something. You're way too late. You know what I mean? And it sucks because I don't want you to be too late. I want you to be early. I want you to be in this position with me and run while it's running for me. It should be running for you. You're losing out on millions of percent gains. It sucks to see people fail, even if they did question it and say it would never get there. And people struggle with absolutes. I mean, it's tough to see other people not be in on those moves. US finance easy. Actually, you know what? I haven't checked my what is it called? My Wonderland position in like maybe a couple of days. That's good. Always want to set it and forget it. I'm currently holding 0.4 time, 0.4 memory. And the APY is still 84. It was 84%. Let's see what I know that the price went down quite a bit. It's down to 2,000. I'm currently holding $871, which I'm only up about $21. But the point is that I'm gaining memory. I'm gaining the value of time. So whenever this gets up to a price to where, time is, $5,000 and I'm holding one, in the next, how many days would it take for me to get to one? So in order to get to one, I need 49 more days in order to get to one at the current interest rate, right? And that's good. I mean, that would be day, I don't even know what day it would be. but I've been holding for, I would say, it has to have been about a month. It was going to take 70 days to get to 1, and then how long would it take to get to 2 after that? It would take right there. So it would take another 40 days ish to get to, or I guess, 40 days ish to get to 2. And then it would take less time to get to 3. Let's see. It would take another like 20 days or 20 or 30 days to get to 3. And then obviously so on and so forth. I would just let it run until we get to about 250 days, which for me, it would be closer to that 1 year mark. And I would have, or closer to the 1 year mark, because I've been in it already for about 20 something days. So it would be about 270 days to where I would have 41 time, and 41 time at the current value would be about $87,000 worth. And if the price actually went up, it would be a lot more. If it went down, it would be a lot less. But I want to see what it is. Remember, I'm holding for 365 days. Updates on my MP Shorts channel. Haven't done an update in a while, but it will be there soon. But yeah, still holding that position. I want to see what it is. Everybody knows what happened with Jade Protocol, and Jade Protocol is still falling. So I'm glad that I was able to profit out of it and pull my money out. So I'm happy with that. We got 205 people here, guys. Hit the like button. Get me up to 150 likes. I would appreciate it. I always wondered why won't SHIB just burn another massive amount? VB burned 50%. Why not just burn the majority of what's left? So the issue with that is you start to lose demand. So you can't just burn, you can burn 50%, and I think they will find a way to do that. But you can't burn like say 90%. Like they're not going to burn 90% of the coin, because then what it's going to do is all the people that are holding, they're just going to sell off at one point, and then they're never going to burn again. And then you're never going to see an increase because you already know what the potential actually is. With a slower burn, like if they do it by quarter, like say if they burned 50% by quarter or 30% by quarter, that would be a phenomenal move. And then you would see SHIB up into the levels to where it's competing at the same price point as something like a Bitcoin or an Ethereum, right? You move to that level. And if they burn to that level, it will be huge, right? But the problem is that they're not thinking that way. They're thinking maybe a little bit more long-term. They want to make sure this has the longest life possible, because a lot of their net worth is built up into Shiba Inu. So when you look at it, for me, I think the best bet would be something like, if I was, let's say, a founder, developer, all that, right? The best thing that would be for me is to take, let's say 50%, burn it off by quarter. So then if you do it by quarter, it'll be by like a certain year. Let's say these are Q1 of year 1. How am I doing this? Q1 year 1. Yep, year 1. And then you're looking at Q2. No, it's gonna update over there. Let's do year 1, Q1, right? Now it should update the right way. So Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5. Oh, there's not a Q5. Q1 again. So it would be year 2. Year 2, Q1. So year 2, Q4, all the way down to that point. So then we would start seeing if they burned off 50%, by the time we got to the second year, Q4, they would have burned off majority of the coins, right? Second year, Q4, we would have gotten to a point to where it's 1.1 trillion, which adds it to a level to where it's reasonable to get to 1 cent. It's reasonable to get to 5 cents. It's reasonable to get to, 20 cents at $1 trillion, right? I think it's reasonable to get to 20 cents. Maybe not. 230 billion. That's not that bad, right? Especially when you don't know where the third place token will be, right? You have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, you have Binance, you have Solana, you have all of those coins there, but something has to hold in that $100 billion state or $100 billion mark. And I would love to see that be Shiba Inu. However, if they started to do a 50% burn, hopefully they're watching something like this, and maybe I should do a video set up to where if they do a burn per quarter, maybe 20% burn or whatever, they can have something that's slower. And within the next 2 years, it can be relevant for the next 2 years. And people can see a long more potential as the years go on. So people are more likely to hold it because they know what that burn rate will be. Now, what it will end up doing is creating a buy the rumor, sell the news. Like, we know when the burn rate will happen. We know when the burn will happen, and we know that it will have an effect. So I will sell as soon as we see that effect, type of thing. So it would have to be more of a surprise. Like, hey, we're burning coins today. We're burning coins, this day, not the same day, like right after the quarter ends or something. So I think that's a great idea to burn per quarter, but I'm not a developer. I'm not a person that, throws my hat in the ring here. It's just something that will create, longevity, something that will, and yeah, maybe, you know what? I got that mixed up because I put current up here. So let me move that up. So by the first quarter of year 3, it'll be at a 1.1. So I messed that up. But by the end of the third year, it should be in the billions, 143 billion. So that's if you're burning 50%. Now, if you decide to burn 30% per quarter, it would take you a few years to get to that point, but you would also have a slow moving price to actually increase and stay at the same market cap to keep demand the same way. So I think that's a freaking great way to do it. The thing that pisses me off is about the guy who won started players who didn't even play in the last 2 weeks. Oh, you're talking about fantasy? That always sucks because it's definitely not. You don't really have to pay attention. Sometimes I've won a few games in the past without paying attention to it at all. People need to start looking at crypto that do things. Once the government steps in with regulation, the shitcoins will all crash, and all real coins with use will rise. Define use. Define use, and please tell me what their actual use is. Because Bitcoin's end goal is to use it for a form of currency, to have a world currency. But you have countries that are deciding not to use cryptocurrency at all, and the U.S. dollar is definitely more transferable everywhere, right? So, I mean, I don't really see use cases in many coins, to tell you the truth. But that's just me, and I have a different way of looking at it. And I don't know if all of the quote unquote shit coins will be gone. That just won't happen, and you can't enforce regulation to do something like that. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I don't see any type of huge regulation. The only thing I know that they're going to try and do is more on the line of taxes. They're trying to capture more taxes as people gain more. It's not about putting stricter regulations on it, because it never works. Their regulations never freaking work. And all of these things that all the things that you can do with crypto actually help out a lot with businesses anyways. So I don't see it. I'm really curious to what the devs have in store for us. Yeah, exactly. Who owns the coins that are getting burnt? The point is that nobody earns them. So the thing that you have with stock market investments and all of that stuff, right, is you have a supply and demand, right? You have a supply, you have a certain amount of demand that people hold the position. Like AMC, 80% of it is held, by us, by retail traders. However, you have a lot of short positions that's pushing that down, right? If you didn't have those short positions, this would be up to an insanely high price, where I think it would be in line with something like Amazon, right? We're holding 80% of a business of a company stock. That means that it's being held, physically held. There's not any that's actually outstanding. There's 20% that's actually outstanding out there. And, you know, there may be a certain percentage that's held by institutions as well. So we're holding 80% of it, means that the demand is so high for it, and the supply that they have left, there's not enough supply. So the price should be skyrocketing. Same thing with like Shiba Inu. I factored in, or I looked at, you know, the 1 million holders. Let's say if we're holding $1,000 worth, we're only holding about 10% of Shiba Inu, right? If we were holding, you know, 50% or 60%, the price would be a lot higher. It would be insanely high. But we're only holding like 10% because there's trillions of coins that are out there. We're only holding 10%. No matter if there wasn't trillions of coins that were out there, it seems like 10% is the norm right now. So as coins get burned off, we'll hold more of a percentage, which creates a higher price because the demand is there with a lower supply. Does that make sense? So yeah, I'm very, but nobody owns these coins. It's just coins that are out there that you can buy anytime you want, and you can burn off those coins. And then nobody owns them, and nobody can access them. Has a solid strategy at creating longevity. Thanks for answering. When you start accepting NFTs, post the address. I would like to send you one. Okay. Whenever I start accepting it, I haven't really gotten into NFTs much. I see a lot of people get into NFTs. I just know you can. It's the same thing how I felt with options. You know, I know you can lose a lot of money fast, and I don't really trade options often, but I can tell you that I've lost more money with options than I've gained. I've gained a little bit of money with options, but since I'm doing this whole trial period, I've lost a little bit with options there. So I figured NFTs would probably be the same since I don't know it. I would have to know it before I get into it, but eventually. What's up, side time mask? Changing the subject a little bit. I'm not familiar with it. I haven't looked into it a lot, so I can't really speak on it. I'll tell you, can't really speak on it at all. But it's always great to change the subject. You know where that crazy APY on Wonderland comes from? Ponzi scheme, right? People stop to invest into Wonderland, then the APY will fall a lot too. Yeah, I probably agree with that. But the thing is that I'm doing it for more of a test, not because I truly believe in the process, even though it does, as you do get into it, it sounds more and more like legit, and probably because they want to make it sound legit, and they you know, force feed all of this information on you and rehearse it in the mirror to make it sound like it's the most legit thing in the world. I understand. However, what if it is, right? I understand the APY is freaking crazy, but what if I can gain a lot from the money that I invest? Like, what if? You know? That's what it's all about. And I want to test it to see what these things are all about so that I can do an update and let people know, hey, you know, just because you see a high APY doesn't mean that it is worth anything, right? I can do that update with Jade Protocol, but I've only held Jade Protocol for 13 days and it freaking fell apart in 13 days. However, I did end up gaining $218 from the whole entire ordeal because it was more of a like luckiest scenario. People told me, hey, hold on to your Jade Protocol. It has a great concept to it, to where it has a floor price. It doesn't offer APY. And I was like, wait, stop. If it doesn't offer APY anymore, then I don't need to be in it. The whole purpose was to see what you can gain APY wise. If I wanted to get into a position that was going to grow from $18 to $50, I would find another crypto coin that's not tied to this whole concept of gaining a massive APY over a number of days of holding it. Like, there's so many opportunities out there to just gain what the price is actually gaining and not just an APY. So I decided to pull out, and for good reason. I mean, it pulled all the way down to like $22 or something, I think, right now. As soon as we got rid of the gold standard, we were I know I can move my coins offline, but they can ban financial institutions from facilitating transactions. I mean, yes. Wasn't you wanted to create your own coin? Yes, I did want to create my own coin. I would love to create my own coin, but I want to create something that one is cheap to send to people and to create liquidity. So I would probably need to do it on the Binance Smart Chain network or something. I wouldn't do it on Ethereum because Ethereum just cost way too much. When I created my first coin, BTD, buy the dip coin, which I want to create that coin, um, it was too expensive to send. Like I literally wanted to create liquidity, and it was $900 in order to take my 100 coins and try and add it to a liquidity pool. $900. That's more than I spent on trying to make the coin. And I understand if that's the case, if you're actually going to set up liquidity with a massive pool. However, 100 coins, what? So if anybody can help me out with making a coin, feel free to reach out to me. I feel like I can do it myself, but I haven't had time to do it. You know, kids, working. Once I start to get more time, I feel like I can create my own coin and spend more time on a lot of investing stuff. BTC is crashing because whales and institutions are selling. Yeah, I would agree. They pull out of their position because as they see um, or as they hold a massive amount, let's say 5% of their investments go into BTC, which could be ridiculous, right? You have like Tesla putting billions of dollars into BTC or $1 billion or something into BTC. You have other institutions that are putting millions or hundreds of millions of dollars into Bitcoin as well, and Ethereum and all of these other coins that are out there. And that's why you see a lot of the markets crash because of institutions. First 80% retail holders is is info from June. We don't know how much the retail hold now. Second stock have zero. What? Holding stock has zero impact on the price. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry to say. I don't want to. I don't want to. Has 0%, zero impact on the price. You're telling me that someone holding a position has zero impact on the price. If you're holding a position, it creates supply and demand. That's what it's about. If a I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it. I have 7 minutes. I'm not gonna do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're right though. We don't know what that percentage is. That is not 80%. It might not be 80%, but we know that it was 80%, right? And we had a lot of FOMO buying that was going on, and that was before we saw the impact of June. And yes, you probably did see some people sell off because it hit a high price. I know a couple of people that did sell their position and pocketed thousands of dollars. It makes sense. But I would imagine we still hold majority of the float. And yes, holding stock does impact the price. If you don't hold the stock is worth nothing, right? If people are not holding it and putting it in their pocket, in their portfolios, it's worth nothing, right? You can have a stock out there and it could be the most valuable company in the world, but if people don't believe that it's valuable and hold the position, it's worth nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't understand how that even lines up at all with logic. If zero people hold a stock, you're telling me that it has a potential price to be to $3,000 because of that, or $10 because of that. Right? If people are holding 100% of the stock, and it's a supply and demand issue, you have no supply, you have a high demand, the price is through the freaking roof. If you have less people that are holding it, the price will essentially decrease so much because supply is you have an excess supply for the amount of people that hold the position, right? Or the people that want it, right? So many people don't want the position, and there's millions of stocks that's out there, right? It's going to create negative activity. I mean, I don't know how simple. I'm sorry to get like any type of. I just it just bothers me so much. Sorry. I know I said I wouldn't do it, and I did it anyways. I'm sorry. I don't even respond to comments like that, bro. Remember, over 40,000 retailers and growing are signing up to accept ship. What is going on with these kids and dogs and animals and everything? There's so much noise. It sounds like there's a stampede upstairs. It sounds like a Lion King reenactment is upstairs. He says the only thing that moves the price is buying and selling. And holding does not make it go up or down. It doesn't make it go up or down. The thing that makes it go up or down is the amount of, so the supply and the buying and selling is more of creating that demand for it, right? So while people are showing how much they want to buy it, the supply that's left over is what people are reacting to. The amount that people are holding, yes, doesn't physically increase the price, but the opposite portion of that. So while the people are holding this much, whatever's left is what we're doing that calculation off of. So essentially, the people that are holding, that matters a lot, right? If 70% of the people are holding, right, that's 30% of the supply that's actually out there, right? If that amount people end up selling and that price or the percentage goes down to 69%, well, now you're looking at, 31% of the supply being out there, meaning that the price should essentially go down if demand doesn't go up. So yes, I guess he's right by saying that holding does not physically affect the price, but it does in a form of a branch calculation. It affects the price in a branch calculation. Let's go with that. I've just made up that term right now, but um, I can tell you that you can look at it both ways. You can look at it the fact that you're not even factoring in the amount of people that are holding. You're only factoring in the amount of supply that's out there. SafeMoon has 116% institutional holdings. SFM, SafeMoon, really? Or is this like a actual like stock? Because isn't SafeMoon SFM, or are we looking at a different position? Are we looking at this one, or are we looking at something else? Sprout, was it Sprout Farm? Sprouts Farmers? There's a lot of noise going on upstairs. Matt Kors is my super chat now and has left YouTube more or less. I don't know what that means. It's like nurses. We are in a shortage currently, so premium cost to retain staff is now a lot more expensive. Yes, I would agree. I saw for 2021 he was like number 3 in terms of super chat revenue. Well, yeah, that's what I tried to get away from. Like I like super chats and I respect super chats, but I want them to be something that comes out of nowhere. Like, hey, you know what? I support you on this day. Like I'd rather have a bunch of members at a low price, so that we can create a community. Than and I'm not hating on Matt Kors. Like he's a cool guy. I definitely respect his opinion and everything. I'm not a person that ever hates on anyone, and tries to talk down on anybody. I'm just saying that I decide to do it differently. I want to create a community, that's close to the chest, right? You can get super chats and all that stuff, and I appreciate super chats. But again, it's not something I want to push to you guys. Like I wouldn't expect you guys to just super chat all the time. This is why I try and keep it open for as long as possible, and then usually I'll go to members only, which I tend to forget a lot about. Matt Kors is Mr. Super Chat now. Third in super chats though. That's I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's got to be like you're on the list, you're on the ranking. Increase to 40 million SHIB. Let's go. That's what I like to hear. Farmcoin is going up, is it? Check it out. I think Farmcoin is going to make a huge move. I'm so hype on where Farmcoin can actually get, and that's why I would love to hold 100, because even getting to something like $1,000 per coin is a low market cap. That's like a $500 million market cap, um, and yeah, I mean it's just it has so much potential. It does. I have to say that the nursing travel contracts right now are stupid money because there's not enough nurses. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. There's some issues going on like around our area to where there's like um hospitals that are paying like nurses and x-ray techs and all types of clinical staff like time and a half as their normal salary, um or like two times their normal salary just to get them in the door. Like it's crazy. And then they have like sign-on bonuses for everybody. It's like crazy. It's ridiculous. Baron, join the Discord group / Patreon. Yes, do that. Um, why do people get mad? He's getting super chats. I I don't know. I don't think so. I think people get a lot of people get mad out of like jealousy or something like that. If people are YouTubers, they would get mad out of jealousy with the fact that he's getting so many super chats. When other people may have been around talking about investing that might know more than him about investing. Not saying that it's me because I don't. Um, I know what I know, and I don't know how much I know that's more than him, and he probably knows more than me. But I would say that when you think of like normal people getting upset, I mean, they could be spending their money on investments, right? That $50 could go towards buying 50 Krill, and Krill could be worth $30 in the next however many days. And now you have a decent sized money that you made off of that $50 investment, right? Instead of putting it in a super chat to get your question across, it should be something different. So I know people get upset about that. Um, and everything. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you. Uh, the fallen rate is good because on the Chinese and Korean exchanges, you can do good arbitrage. Compare the prices of Binance and arbitration there. Just look on. I'll have to. A lot of this is I wouldn't say it's like nonsense, but it's not making sense for me because I don't know where this is coming from. The fall in what rate? I'm a little not understanding where that's coming from and what that even means. So this is one of those levels to where I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's kind of going over my head a little bit. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. If people like him, I want to send. What's the big deal? Yeah, I mean, there's no huge deal, right? People do like him. They like what he has to say. I like him. I'm not upset with him ever getting, super chats. Obviously, if you can take your money, you can put it back into the markets. As a retail trader, you're essentially making the market a better place, rather than, having your money and giving it to institutions. You know, super chat, Matt Perry. Uh, who, Jerry Curl is pimp. The Jerry Curl is pimp. I don't have a Jerry Curl. I don't think I have a Jerry Curl. I have naturally curly hair because I'm black. Naturally curly hair, so that happens. Um, so yeah, I just curl it up. But thank you for saying my hair is pimp, and I appreciate the super chat though. I appreciate it a lot. Hodl, let's give him a run for our coins. That that would be funny, but let's not do that. I appreciate all the super chats and super stickers. I really do. But I'm gonna have to get out of here like right now. So, because it's already 9 o'clock, it's 9:05. I have to get to work and figure out how the day is going. So I really appreciate. Um, well, I learned something new today. Wait, you're black? Who knew? I don't know. Who knew? I didn't know until yesterday. Actually, I figured it out yesterday. I was like, wait, I'm black? I looked in the mirror and figured it out. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody being here and the super chats that you guys gave me. I appreciate that as well. All the people watching, I appreciate that more. Just continue to be engaged. I will try and read as much as I possibly can when it comes to the comments and everything. Um, I know a lot of people don't like the fact that I talk about Shiba Inu can get to $1, but I truly do believe that it can make it to $1. So this is why I keep putting out these videos and this content saying that it can get there, because I want the hype to stay, right? I do want the price to go down, because the price goes down, you have more people to get out, you have more of a chance to burn off more and more coins. But I do want the price to run for the people that decided to get in right now. And we can see this get up there and lose a zero and burn off more coins and, lose another zero and all of that stuff. So I want to wish you guys all a ton of success today, tomorrow, the next day, for all of your future investments. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate everybody that's been here, whether you're on Twitch or on uh, YouTube. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.